It's here! It's right next to me. I can't wait to get this open. Let me show you what we have here. We have a little box with a little pull tab. Just before we do that, I just thought I would share. Oh, let's turn the audio off on this one. Got a bit of an echo. Did turn it off before. There we go. So this is one of my original Mac classics. I've got two. I've got a Mac Classic Plus, I think it is, and I also have this Mac Classic SE. I show you there. It says Macintosh SE, and it has a built-in hard drive. It's quite noisy. I don't know if you can hear this. Maybe I'll have to pause that audio and you could hear it. But since if I open up something, let's see if you can hear this. It's like it's very noisy. So look at this. It still runs. Not that you can do very much on it. So there we go. Macintosh SE system software 7.0, and it's got 2 megs of memory. Look at that. And the actual hard drive, I think that's a 20 meg hard drive. That's megabytes. That's not gigabytes, that's not terabytes, megabytes. So let's just put that down there a second. And let's get back to me. So what I thought we would do, I've got my other Mac Pro next to me here. We can run some speed comparison tests. So this is going to be fresh out the box. It's not going to have anything installed on it as I understand it. So we'll have to get Final Cut or something like that installed, and maybe Fusion 360, because they're quite processor intensive, and maybe we get Ecamm installed on it as well, just to see how that runs. So let's get on to it. So let me get over to the overhead shot. Right, so let's do this. There we go. Look at this. Oh, MacBook Pro. There's no clue that it's I like that. That's quite nice. It sort of lifts it up. But it's silicon, so let's just put that down there. So obviously they only do the 13-inch, so I can immediately see it's a little bit smaller than my 15-inch MacBook Pro. What else have they got? There's no real markings on it to say that it's an Apple Silicon. Yeah, so let's do this. Look, that's nice and silent, not even a sound. Okay, I guess we just lift. Oh, it's got quite a chunky box to it. It's quite a chunky lid to it there. And there it is. That. Again, feels about the same kind of weight as a MacBook Pro as you'd expect. There's the power. So that's the stickers, the all-important stickers. And look, it's got a British plug because I'm in the UK. Let's get this thing plugged in and underway. Hasn't got that. Sometimes you have like an extension lead on this, but I guess they don't need that. And let's get this thing unplugged. So apparently it's got the new but revitalised startup sound as well. This original Mac, if I turn this off, let me find, I just have to shut it down. Let's do that. You have to go to special on that to restart it. You'll hear its chime. That's the original one, just a beep. Right, just getting this power cord all sorted. Right. Let's get my headphones all tangled up with the wire. What am I doing? Getting too excited here. Right. Oh, and it's got that nice clean, never been used cable thing. They always attract dirt, don't they, after you've used them for a while. Move that out of the way. And then let's just... Oh yes. There we go. Put it that way around. Oh, that's interesting. So there's only 2 on that side. Okay. The other MacBook Pro's got a couple of extra. Wow, straight off. Open the lid and it's powered up. Don't know if you heard that startup sound then. I'll just switch to the other camera so you can have a quick look. See what it looks like. So it's got the touch bar, got the nice... the keys that actually work. I've got the original one that didn't have very good keys on it. Let's just do the quick setup on this. That's the on-off and the touch. Okay, let's get United Kingdom. Don't need any of them, not now. I should just have to type in my password, so just look away for a second. Again. I don't think I selected the correct network. Just bear with me while I do this bit. Right, there we go. Let's just, migration assistant, nah, I'm not going to bother with that. Not now. Let's go back to that one. So you can see what I'm doing. It's just asking me to like set things up and say what I'm doing that. Yeah, whatever. Gimme. Me. Again, actually, I'll just point it another way while I just, there's my Mac. I'll just type in the password. There we go. Hey Dr. Yellow, how are you doing? Yes, I have got that echo still, haven't I? There we go. It's whenever I put the iPhone camera, I've got it on a little... let me show you what I've got it on. I go to the overhead, I've got a little gimbal-y thing. Whenever I switch over to it, it seems to have the audio on, and I keep forgetting to turn that off. Right, let's just go back to iPhone again. Yep, the echo. There we go. Screen time, Siri. Hey Siri.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Siri.
Hi, it's nice to meet you, Kev.
That's my HomePod. Hey Siri, open the documents folder. Hey Siri, show my downloads. Hey Siri, what's the weather like? Hey Siri, what does the rest of my day look like? There we go, Siri's done. Yeah, you can share my recordings and listening to me, I don't mind. Touch ID. Go on, let's do that. Okay, edge of my finger. It's done. Automatic. True tone, nice. Yes, let's go for true tone. Setting up Mac. This usually doesn't take very long to get the 3 ticks. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. There we go. Right, let's have a look about this Mac. Apple M1. Oh, yes. So I've got 16 gig of RAM. Got the 2 terabytes of storage. And what did we go for on the video? Doesn't really show you on there, does it? Cool. So let's get some stuff opened up and see how this works. So that's all good. Nothing in it yet, so obviously it's not very quick. I'll just go over to the overhead so I can start typing. Oh no, Dr. Eagles has got delayed. It's coming in 3 weeks. I was worried about in the UK there was a robbery on one of the motorways, and I was concerned that mine was one of those, as you do. But no, it arrived. I wasn't very impressed with the delivery though. It came via UPS, and they sent me an email saying it's between the 25th and the 27th. So I mean, I guess the 26th is within that, which is pretty vague really, seeing as they have one job to do, which is delivery. And I just need to change that Wi-Fi over, I think. That was the issue there. Again, I'll just switch over to me for a second while I just type in my password. Yeah, and they didn't tell me what time it was arriving. It just said by the end of the day, which is pretty vague, isn't it? It's not very acceptable, I think, that. I think they should be precise with it. You know, your expectation from somewhere like Amazon is that it's delivered the next day. Delivered, and they tell you when it's actually arriving. Right, let's just try and sign in. So again, cloud.com. Sorry about guys, I'm just going to have to type my password in one more time. Very strange looking view of that there. I'll do that. There we go. So let's type in a ridiculous long password. So I'm going to get something loaded so you can actually see. Let's get the App Store up and running. Let's get Final Cut downloaded, because that's pretty beefy. Okay, so Final Cut Pro 10. Okay, I need to sign in because I've already bought that. Store sign in. Okay, just have to type our passwords in many times. It seems to have a single sign in on this. Yes, allow. This is a big number to type in. 8827. To do it right, we'll get back onto overhead again now. Okay, so that should be just signing into the store. Let's try Final Cut. There we go. Download. So while that's downloading, iTunes. Do we need to have a code for that as well? Let's try that again. Signing in. It's the boring bit of setting the machine up, isn't it? Just getting everything installed. While that's doing that, let's get eCam downloading. It's definitely quick, that's for sure. And I can't tell if that's just the animations or whether that's actually, you know, a very, very responsive machine at this point. Download eCam Live. There we go. So that can start downloading. Yes, download. Boom. Yep, a couple of seconds for that. And again, just one last time. Sorry guys, let me just test the password in. Okay. And let's also get let's get Fusion 360 as well. So at the moment, these apps, as I understand it, are not optimized for the M3, so it's M1, so it's having to do a conversion from Intel, processor commands into the M1 processor. There we go. Let's do that. So now I used to be able to see when you loaded up the monitor, activity monitor, what kind of architecture. See there, Apple. So if anything says Intel on there, then we know it's the old software. So at the moment, everything that we can see on there is compiled purely for this machine. So let's open up. What do you want to see, guys? Anybody suggest anything that you want to actually see? Getting a bit of buffering there. I wonder if it's because I'm downloading stuff. I mean, that shouldn't affect the upload, should it? Really, really slowly downloading that one. However, we do have eCam Let's drag Ecamm into applications and let's fire it up. Let's see. So I'll get my other Mac next to it so you can see how these things compare. So it's quite a bit smaller, isn't it, all round? This is the 15-inch version that I've got on the right of the old variety. Obviously they've not launched this version yet. But yeah, the keys on this old one, if you get fluff and dust underneath them, they stop working or they get really crunchy, and it is a real problem. I actually sent this one back. This is about the third one I've had. The very first one I had, I plugged in one of these hub things in the side, plugged power into the hub, and it actually blew up. It actually fried the thing, so I've no idea what that was. It wasn't that one, I think it was a smaller one. I don't know what that is. Okay, so is Ecamm loading? I'm not sure that's loading actually. So do we need to go to their website and download some kind of beta version? I would have thought the other one would just work. Let's try that one more time. So Ecamm Live, nothing. That's going to be fun, isn't it? What else have we got? Let's have a look at the maps. Yes, yes, yes. So Sammy was saying, did I get the maxed out one? Yeah, pretty much. I think this is about the top spec that you can actually have. It's cold. The other Mac, red hot. I wonder if I've got a temperature gun to hand. If I have. I do have one. Somewhere. I thought it was in here. No. I do have a temperature gun, but I don't know where it is. We could point that out and see the actual temperature, but I mean, what we probably do is find out somewhere on the specs what the current temperature is, because this one is running really hot and it's not doing very much at the moment. It's pretty much idling. Well, it's got Chrome open. I suppose Chrome's a bit of a beast, isn't it? Let's have a look. Look at that hard drive, there's just nothing on it at all at the moment. That's ridiculous. Right. So, let's get that. So that's pretty responsive for the map. Let's have a look over here. Zoom in. I don't know where I'm zooming in here. Where's New York? There we go. Let's have a look at New York. Yeah, it's very snappy. It's very, very quick. Again, I'm not doing very much on it that would showcase that. So yeah, it's still cold, really cold to the touch. I can't feel anywhere where it's hot, whereas this one's really hot. I can feel there, you know, where the main board is, and it's hot to touch. Let's have a look what else we've got. That still thinks I'm not connected to the internet. Yada yada yada. I need to set my password again for that one. What's a really processor intensive thing that it comes with? Photos maybe? Not really. It's more file oriented, isn't it? So it's got me there. So start using iCloud. Start using iCloud. Right, maybe I only have to type my password in that one time there, and then everything will start magically copying across. Is that where my stream goes down because there's just no bandwidth left? Let's type that in. Oops. You're not going to catch me out with my password. Let's go back to there for a second. You need to see a bit of a classic map. Why did I choose such a long password as well? So one of the things I'm interested in doing with this new Mac is for artificial intelligence, you need to have machine learning capabilities. and they are really processor intensive. It's almost like a graphics card that's dedicated to sorry, just type that other one in there. Yeah, it's like a specific type of processor that can do a very specific thing very quickly. Machine learning is just about essentially just trying lots of different paths through a network many times, and just adjusting the weights of these things each time. And the other one, I had to run it for about 3 days when I was putting together an artificial intelligence that could detect birds on a bird table. And it did work. It just took 3 days for it to generate the model. So I wonder how much quicker this thing can achieve that. Right, we're very nearly done with the passwords that I have to incessantly keep typing in everywhere. Oops, that's not it. Yeah, the keyboard is much better. I can definitely feel that straight off the bat. It's got kind of a springiness to it that the one doesn't have. There we go. It's just adding in all my accounts now. Let's go back to the overhead. So I can see it's figuring out who I am, and everything's coming through now. I can see the pictures. They're coming through now really quickly. So there's some of the stuff I was doing yesterday, which is all about object detection using Raspberry Pis and stuff, so I was just messing about with that. So that's good. That's very quick. Yeah, you can really tell that's smooth. So I'm going to let that carry on downloading there. Let's see if Fusion's downloaded. What have I not done there? So Fusion, do we need to sign in? They've changed the licensing model on this a while ago, so it's hobby use. There we go. So there isn't like a download button that's obvious. Just give me the blinking thing. I just want to download it. Okay. So yeah, that's me on there. Aha, let's try that. Clever. So I don't need to type passwords now, I can just do the fingerprint thing. That's pretty cool. Switch over so you can see a bit better on this one again. Let's change it to, there we go, one time zoom. So, I mean, they look very similar, but the keys, the responsiveness to that is really good. This one, it kind of flexes. I'm pushing one corner of it and that doesn't seem to do the same thing. The other differences on this one, this has got a software escape, whereas this one's got a mechanical escape, which is good. And this one has got a button recessed in the corner, but it's, you always catch, see what I just did then? I've accidentally catched the Siri button, and it's such a pain when it does that. On this one, that's not going to happen because it's a separate button, so that's much better design. The trackpad, I wonder if I'm going to get used to that. That's a bit smaller than the one I'm used to, which is just the size of that is vast. It's as big as my phone. If I show you the overhead on this, look how ridiculous this is. That's the trackpad on the 15-inch one. It's actually larger than an iPhone Max, whereas on this one it's just a bit smaller, just for size comparison. Okay. What else can we look at? We can look at Keynote, we can look at numbers, we can look at pages. Let's get Apple TV up. Let's just load everything up. Let's just try and max out everything that's possible to open on here. Yeah. Continue. Podcast, news. And then let's have a look. Yeah, that's working pretty quickly. Switch that on. Podcast, start listening. I started listening to the Amy Porterfield podcast. Why did not listen to that a lot sooner? Really cool. So I'm loving that. That's very responsive. That, I mean, by comparison, I try and load up Keynote. Calendar, notes, maps, Final Cut, news, photos. See how it's a bit sluggish? I don't know if you can see on there. Where's this one? Don't know. Not watching it actually. Okay, let's get the TV. For copyright reasons, I'm not going to put anything on. Don't want to get any strikes on my channel. Let's see. Put the chat back up so I can see what people are saying there. So it's Final Cut Pro, and do you know, I think that's taken a long time. So it's downloaded nearly 700 meg so far, and it's got 2.9 to go, so it's got a way off yet. Ah, there we go. To open Ecamm Live, you need to install Rosetta. Let me just switch back over to the iPhone. Show you that message there. So that's what it's actually saying. To install Ecamm Live, you need to install Rosetta. Do you want to install it now? Yes. I thought it was already installed. So that's why it wasn't actually loading up. So do you want to install now? Yes, it wasn't installed. That's why it's loading up. Okay, I just need to do the other thing again. There we go. So it's installed. That was quick. This is actually loaded up many times. There we go. Every time I pressed it, it had that dialog box in the background. I just couldn't see it. So, yeah. Is my audio cutting out? I can hear it garbling very quickly. My audio cutting out. I can hear it garbling. Yeah. Looks, or is it the? It's my iPhone, isn't it? I can hear an echo, and I could hear it garbling. I'm just going to turn that off. I don't think that's working very well. Let's just go back to the overhead. There we go. So once I'm on my current location, that's fine. That's loaded all my notes up, which is good. My contacts haven't come in yet. Reminders is coming up. Show you my home app. Oops. So I don't know if you can see on here when that's loaded up. I have a lot of home automation. Every single room, and I've got adaptive lights as well, which is a new feature from iOS 14 and my Big Sur as well. So all the different rooms of the house have all got various different lights. I'm currently in the summer house, so if I go to Smar's lighting, you might be able to see that the lighting's all changed. If I go to the host there, you can see everything's sort of got this different colour. If I now press live stream lighting, there we go, it's now gone to much whiter kind of light. Apart from this front one, there's a yellow light in front of me. I need to get a new Elgato key light. Okay, so what else do we have? What else can we download? There should be like a download all my stuff button, and it just gets everything that you've already got installed downloaded. So where's Fusion? Is that downloaded yet? Have we got that? Download it. I think this is quite quick to do, but it's quite processor intensive when it is installed, so this should be a good test if this does get installed. So let's try Ecamm again now that Rosetta is loaded. Yes. I'll show you as well. There you go. So Ecamm is now showing notifications. That's good. It wants to use my camera. It wants to use my microphone. Yes. And let's subscribe to Ecamm Live. I'll get it up and running on my other one there. I'll show you what happens with this current Mac that I've got. If I try and do anything on Ecamm, it'll just crash. And I don't think it's Ecamm, it's not to do with the software, it's some kind of fault on the machine. I don't know if it's using too much memory or what, but it just crashes. Which is why I bought this new one. Ecamm Live unexpectedly quit. So that's interesting. We'll forgive it though, because it's not running natively yet. I think I need to join the beta program for that to work. Okay, so let's try that again. Subscribe, there we go. I just need to type in my... that's interesting. I can't type anything in inboxes. Is there something else in the way? Nope. Ah, there we go. And can I do... No, I can't do that. I'm just going to have to do that. Look at my back for a second just while I type my password in one more time. Let's try that. Log in. Okay. Okay, yep, eCam is loaded. Awesome. So one of my many frustrations with eCam Live is there's no easy way to move all your settings from one machine to another. So I'm going to have to set up all my scenes again. You can drag the scenes out to a folder and then drag them back into this one. But that's just the scenes, it's not the actual audio clips. So if I've got all kinds of, on here, I've got all kinds of sound effects and folders that where I've selectively dragged things in there. There's no way to extract that. It's just tough. So that's a bit rubbish. What else is there? So that's going well. Let's do record something. Show recordings. Let's just go live. Let's go live on Facebook. What if you can go live twice on YouTube? I don't think you can you? No, I have to log in. Everything's all about logins, isn't it? The first time using it. That's the only issue that we've got there. Cool. So what I'll probably do, I'll let everything download, and probably at weekend I'll do another kind of comparison where I have everything side by side, so you can see Final Cut like rendering, and you can see it on one Mac and another. And I'll also have the NDI feeds, so we can have I'll get a little overlay, so you can see both screens sort of next to each other. I can press at the same time, we can compare them. That'd be pretty cool. So I'm quite impressed with this so far. It's still cold to the touch. Maybe it's room temperature. It's not cool anymore, but it's not hot. It's not like this one, which is red hot. Yeah, so very impressed with that. The screen looks a lot brighter. I don't know if this will actually show up on screen. Let's just load up a whitish background. What would be it? Let's just Google the colour white. Let's see if we can get something. Let's do the same on that. Right. And then let's see if we can just one more time go back to the overhead. Now, I don't know, because of the angle, if you can see there, this is much crisper as a colour. It's probably not coming through very well on there. I have got the brightness turned all the way up on that one, and on this one it's all the way up. This is looking like a kind of muddy yellow compared to this very, very white look. And this has even got the true tone, so it's adjusting its brightness and colour temperature to the room ambience. So let's have a look in the display settings for that. Where would that be? Can't see it. Displays, there we go. So colours. Yeah, so it's right in the middle actually, that's fine. Yeah, so if I turn off True Tone, I can definitely see a difference there. When I turn it on, it goes a much warmer colour, and when I turn it off it looks very blue. Yeah, it's definitely shifted to the blue. I don't know if you can see that, you probably can't on the camera, it's not high def enough. But yeah, the viewing angle is far, far better. If I'm looking, if I get this sort of side on, you can see how sharp that still looks right to the edge there. Let's try that with this one and see if that looks quite as good. Yes, it's still okay viewing angle wise, but yeah, they're definitely much more vibrant colours. The blacks are blacker, the whites are whiter, and the colours just generally look more vibrant on screen. Like it. Cool. So, what do you guys think? What should I try out on it? I'd love to know what your thoughts are in the comments. If you're watching this on replay, comment in there and let me know. I'm going to dip off now because there's another live stream that I'd like to catch up on starting in about half an hour's time, so I'd like to watch that too. So this was just a quick one just to show you unboxing. I've never done an unboxing video before, so I didn't really know what any of the gotchas were, and it's all about passwords if you're setting up a machine. I didn't think about that one. And obviously I don't want to waste your time as I'm having to sort of go to a different screen while I'm typing in my password several thousand times. So, yeah, you can see they've come quite a long way, these Macs, since the original one there. Oh, that's not working at all, is it, that? I think that's Epoch Cam HD, it's just frozen. I don't know what's going on there. So, anyways, thank you for watching with me. I shall see you very soon. So, Install Confidence says hi. Hi Dory, how you doing? Good to catch you as well. So